start. Wonderful. So very warm welcome to all of you. And it is so nice to see people joining from various courses. That is POSH TTT, Train the Trainer. There are some from HR Generalist, right? And there are some from my LinkedIn family, maybe. Is there anyone who is outside or who has not done any course from ProTouch and still they are here? Just I'm very curious to know if you can put it in the chat box. Just write I so that I will get to know. Yes. Everyone is from ProTouch family. Amazing. That's so nice. That's so nice. Great. So, first of all, before we begin, I just would like to share that I'm not an expert in writing books. Okay. I'm not at all expert in writing books. However, my experience when I started writing my first book and the third book, right? That is the time I saw a huge change. And over a period of time, I realized book writing is nothing but a process. Okay, it's a process. Like, for example, we have seen in the Train the Trainer programs also, isn't it? That in Train the Trainer program also, it's a process. That any topic which you get, how do you go about it, right? So, there are so many people dropping messages that, we would like to write a book and please let me know how can we do that. So I thought, why not to share the experience? So I'm not from any publishing house. You know it very well. I'm not a very experienced writer also, right? However, it was my dream to write and become an author, right? Just now I mentioned my son passed 12th exam, right? And now I'm able to recall how my parents used to talk to me when it was 10th board and 12th board exam. They used to say, whatever result come home. Because I was never academically strong girl, right? They always used to feel कि इसका कुछ भी हो सकता है. From there to completing maybe my PhD or completing my books, I think it has been a journey. There are some people, who are born with certain skills, like they have gone to English medium schools. They have that right brainer and creativity in them. They have in them. However, in my case, it was completely negative, right? The struggle was very different once you do not come from English medium school. How many of you are able to connect with me? Let me know in the chat box. Or you can unmute yourself. Right. Especially now, everyone comes from English medium schools and it becomes very easy for them. However, for us, honestly speaking, it was very tough, and still overcoming that, using different apps, getting help of people, and still publishing a book with few spelling mistakes. It's perfectly all right. Isn't it? Am I able to connect? Right? It's perfectly all right that if you're publishing your book, maybe with some errors, there will be certain things, because ultimately I said to myself, see, Aparna, this is not your language. Ultimately, it is not your language. You are trying your level best to express your thoughts in that language, and that's perfectly all right. But after doing a lot of, research, how I can solve this problem, how I can reduce these errors in the book, I also came up some certain apps which helped me. Yes, how to check the plagiarism, how to check all these things. So I thought, chalo, today let's share these things with all of you. I hope that you will find it useful. I hope you will get, my aim today, by end of the session, you should get the topic, you should get the style of writing ready with you. That is my aim. Is that okay? Right? So those who are sitting in the cabins and in the house, not driving, I will suggest keep your pen and paper ready. Because, I will be throwing few questions And that will give you a lot of clarity of thoughts today that, how we can go ahead about it. Is that okay? Though the session is till 12, if some people need help, I can also extend by 15, 20 minutes, right? We also have Venu today. He has also, he's on the way to publish his another book in the area of POSH. And, as far as I know, Venu, he's a very left-brainer person, logical, facts driven, legal. And if he's coming with the book, I think it deserves a big round of applause, everyone, isn't it? Venu, you can just say hi to everyone. Yes?
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Hi, Vera. Very good evening.
5:30 at my end. I just got up from bed.
How wonderful is that? So nice to see you and, connect with you. So,
Thank you.
this is my story. And what I feel that everything is possible. Everything is possible if we have a dream. I used to visualize how my book will look like, and still we are passionate about hard copies, right? So that visualization used to come in front of me, how my book cover will look like. And I used to chase that dream, right? There are many people may have, how do you do that? Because I have so much work. I don't have time. How many of you are able to relate to this? I don't have time. Hai na, Shweta? Right? When will you read it? And when will I do it? But, if you know the process, everyone, you will be able to do it. One big message I would like to give it to everyone. Write a book. Don't write a bestseller. Write a book. Don't write a bestseller. It will become. Am I making sense? Because sometimes when we want to write best-selling, best book, it will be very tough. Each one of us wants to be a best parent. When we have a first son or first daughter, right? But what happens? We keep on doing trial and error. We give our best. And then this kind of milestones comes, and that is where we realize, okay, I think I have justified my role. Isn't it? But we don't want to be like a best parent in the entire world. All are best parents. They are giving their best. And in the similar way, we can give our best for our best, maybe the first baby. So I'm not talking about second and third book. Today, we will be focusing on very first book. Is that okay with everyone? I'm also not going to talk about publishing. If you want, I will have a part 2, maybe next week or so, and I will help you with publishing. So right now, let's focus on only writing your first book. Is that okay with everyone? Let me know in the chat box. If you are okay, just put in the chat box, okay. Wonderful. 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 Great. So because, let's reach there. Once we reach there, then we'll reach that, we will cross that bridge. That is how we will go ahead about it. Because most of the time, what happens, people are like, who is publishing? How am I going to publish? In that only, many times the process gets, diluted. When I started writing, my role model is Marshall Goldsmith. Some of you might be also knowing. You know how many books he published before his first book became the bestseller? Can you just put it in the chat box? How many books he wrote? How many books he published? Because his first book was What Got You Here Will Not Take You There. That is his first book. He published 22 books. You are quite close, Kunal. He published 22 books before becoming a well-known author. Yes or no, everyone? How many books Chetan Bhagat has published before 2 State and Half Girlfriend? Am I making sense to all of you? Right? So, if your first draft become a bestseller, nothing like it. However, bestseller, best book writing is also journey, what I feel. And which starts with writing any book. Okay. So now, first thing, what we need to do when it comes to the writing, okay, a book is selecting the topic. Is selecting the topic, everyone, right? How to select the topic and all, we will see later. But what I'm going to do is right now here. If your pen and paper is on, I'm giving you only 15-second time. And you have to decide what will be that topic on which you would like to write. Your 15 seconds starts now. Just write on which topic you would like to write. Any topic which comes to your mind first. Amazing. I give you more 15 seconds. Keep going. Just think about it. Think about it. Raki has got hers. Okay, Venu is saying women issues, okay, and crimes. Amazing. Challenges in HR. Absolutely stop, right? This is the first thing which has come to your mind. Everyone, this is what is close to your heart, okay? Now, very important for all of you is whether this is trending or not trending. It is you. It is in your heart. So I will suggest to you that is write on this topic. Just close today this topic. Is that fine with everyone? Yes, this is first book you want to write on this topic because this is the close, this topic is close to your heart. So now let's see that how the topics are chosen and how it is done. So let's have a look at it. Now, for example, the first interest and passion. Not necessary that, you are an advocate, so you have to write only related to law. Like, for example, Raki is an advocate and she has written, I want to write a book on meditation. How powerful is that? Right? Brainstorm the ideas with your colleagues. Ask them that, what do you think? I'm planning to write a book. On what I can write? Isn't it wonderful? I'm going to give you a write-up of this, so don't worry about it. I have made one PDF and I will share that with you. Research the market demand. Influence and impact. Consider your target audience. Evaluate your expertise and financial consideration. Honestly speaking, how did I do? How did I do? Very important. I just looked at that, what is my passion? I want to work in the area of POSH. And what is yours? Not so, but my good about this particular topic. So what I did, I brought these two things together. My passion. That means, day and night I can talk about it. Can you talk day and night about meditation? Can you talk day and night about women and crime happening around them? Can you talk day and night about self-love and positive thoughts? I really want to know that. Yes or no, please let me know. Whatever topics you have written. Can someone get up, Lida, get up at 2 o'clock in the night? Can you speak about that emotional intelligence topic? आप थकते नहीं हो उससे बात करते हुए. That means in English I'm saying, you don't get tired of that topic. You can talk as much as possible. And that is your passionate area. Right? That is your expert area. Why? Because that topic is coming naturally to you. Maybe that topic you have experienced a lot. Maybe Raki has done a lot of meditation and she knows the benefit of it. Yes, everyone. Maybe Venu is very closely working with women and crime related. Am I making sense to everyone? Let me know.
Yeah.
Yes. Any question you have here?
No, nothing.
Nothing? Going well? Yeah? Okay, got it. I read what is in my mind. Okay, so understand whatever topic you can talk day and night, that is what you can easily write and talk. That is what you can easily write and talk. Okay, that is your passion. So what I've done, I made sure that, my passion and my mission coming together. Okay, what is that? That is, I want to be in the area of POSH, and my expertise is this, right? Then we can get into anything. It is perfectly all right if you're not writing for your target audience, keeping it in mind for the first book. Okay, so now I hope that everyone has that one topic today, that how are you going to write, right? Now, very important question I would like to ask everyone. Whatever topic you have chosen today, what is the objective of writing that? What make you think that, I need to write on this? People need to know about it. What is the objective of that writing? And I'm giving you 1 minute here. Think about it. Try to put it in one sentence. Try to put it in one sentence. What make you think that you need to publish a book on this and people should be aware more and more about this? Is that fine? And your time starts now. Okay. Wonderful. Knowledge and execution here. Okay. Minimize the litigations. Great. Everyone feels HR is an easy job, but it's most toughest job. Very nice. Excellent. Easy to read and understand real case laws. Yes. Wonderful. Are you getting the clarity? Managing the emotions, Urvashri is writing. Are you getting the clarity? So you have the topic and you have an objective. I'm telling you, everyone, you do not need to do a lot of and use research out of it, especially for your first book. You think this is the book I want to write and the objective is this. Now, let me tell you, how did I do it? When I was working in the area of POSH, when I used to read a lot, but there were very less Indian case studies, right? Now, when Indian case studies were less, all foreign case studies, and my audience in the training hall, they were not able to connect with those case studies. Yes. And they always used to think, oh, this doesn't happen in India, that it happens there, right? Outside world. I said, why we don't have so much information on POSH? See, POSH now people talk a lot, but when I'm talking about 7 years back, the case was very different, isn't it? It was, many of them were not even knowing. So I thought, why not to bring all the case studies on which I have worked, bring it together so that maybe IC members, people who have POSH, knowledge, interest, HR people will be able to read those case studies and will be able to understand and relate very well. Koi research nahi, there is no research. I just thought that this is what I feel, that that is the objective of writing the book. Am I making sense to everyone? Right. Second book, when I came up with The Art of Online Presentation, that's the lockdown story. Why did I write that? Because, very proudly I used to say, and I still say, I come with 20 years of experience. But that 20 years of experience became my enemy during lockdown. All the people, HRs, L&D had started asking me, hey, will you be able to handle Zoom? Are you tech savvy? Because 20 years means that is you're old. You all recall the days, camera mein dikh raha hai. That is how we used to have the sessions earlier. And then it was very frustrating. There was a time, there was a fear that training may go off. At the beginning of lockdown, I'm talking. Then believe me, in my one, we were all inside the house, but I locked myself in another room. I worked for almost 1.5 months time and wrote a complete book, that is The Art of Online Presentations. What was the objective? To have credibility. That, hey, even though I come with 20 years of experience, I can engage people, I can impart training effectively online too. That was simple objective. Right? When I came with her diversity and inclusion, I used to, I attend a lot of startup meetups and all. Whenever I used to talk about POSH and diversity inclusion, all startup companies used to say, that's for MNCs, that's not for us. That's for MNCs. And then I realized that they do not even know about diversity and inclusion, and you can do it at the beginning of your startup itself. Isn't it? So keeping that in mind, I just wrote a book which is for beginners who do not know about unconscious bias, who do not know about what is diversity and inclusion. And actually that's the reason I said meaning to measurement. If you take that book, and I'm telling you 1 year action plan any company can take from diversity and inclusion. Again, my expertise, I can talk a lot about it. That's all. Am I making sense to everyone? Right? So now, when people select their objectives, what is the book's objective? Creative expression. Suppose some people want to write a novels, sharing knowledge and information, entertainment and storytelling, influence and impact. There are very lot of self-help books are there, right? Personality development and growth, recognition, and financial consideration. I personally feel in the first book, let's not expect this. Okay. However, if you look at it, how I did it, I'm a little right-brainer person. So I did storytelling combination, right? And I used creative expression, storytelling, and I also did knowledge sharing and information. So you can also have a combination of it, right? I want to write a book. Believe me, you really don't have to be like experts when you're writing the book. So case study writing was a storytelling. So one character used to come in my mind. Okay, now I'm writing about this company and I say, kya naam de? Let's give name Anjali. What was the male person's name? Sumit. Right. Then Anjali was confident, bold. Her dressing also used to be like this at workplace. Sumit always used to keep on looking at her, staring at her from his glass door. Are you able to see Anjali? Are you able to visualize Sumit's cabin and glass door? Somewhere, yes, everyone. That was a right brain. So I could get that skill of mine in case study writing. So I did storytelling only, but in this way. Right? So you can have a combination of all when you're writing the book. Okay? And very important, credibility always there, because it gets established when you're writing a book, when you're a subject matter expert. Any question you have, everyone, please let me know. Any question? Any question? Do you think you have a topic now? Do you think the objective is also clear? Yes, everyone. Right? Now, how am I going to write the book? How am I going to write the book? Right? And that is where you have the style of writing. The style of writing. The way you want to write. The way you want to write. Like, for example, it can be informal writing, right? Informal writing, if you look at it, Chetan Bhagat's books, he write it in English. You know, he put a lot of English words, Hindi plus English, right? If you look at, you know, for example, even what is the book? Do It, Epic Shit by Ankur Varaku. Have you all read that book? Have you seen that yellow page, right? Everyone? How many of you have read it? Let me know. Great, right? So what is it? It is completely informal writing. It can be reflective writing. That is what is it that your reflection is? Or it can be storytelling, or it can be also combination. What do we mean by combination? You have storytelling, you have reflective writing. What do I mean by that? If you look at again the first book, second book, both the books I have used these things. That means there is a case, and followed by, if you are an IC member, how will you handle this case? Every chapter has this end. What is this? This is reflective activity, and this is storytelling. Am I able to connect with everyone here? Let me know. Right? So that is what we have done. Now let's take a break here and think. I'm giving you 30 seconds time again. Okay, because, you know, let me tell you, there is a science. Best of the best decisions can be taken in 30 seconds. And that's how we are using this technique right now. Okay. Think when you will be writing your first book. Okay, let me also keep this slide in front of you so that, you know, it will be easier for you. Okay. This one, right? Think that, very good, that is proactive. What kind of style of writing you want to adapt in your book? Just zero down right now. The time starts now. What is your strength? How you will be able to write the best? Your first book. Think about it. Put it in the chat box if it is ready with you. Wonderful. Narrative, informal writing. Amazing. And the time is up. Yes. Wonderful. Storytelling, reflective. Wow. Linda, you have got the complete roadmap now, right? Excellent. Okay. So now once, I hope everyone has this now, right? 3 books in pipeline, easy to understand, plain English, and some legal language. Wonderful. I think if law becomes easy to understand for common people, that will make a huge difference, and we need this kind of knowledge. वो वेदा की तरह बन चुका है ना, कभी कभी वेदा हमें पहले नहीं पढ़ते, इसलिए हम पढ़ते ही नहीं है अब. अगर लीगल नॉलेज भी इजी इंग्लिश में अवेलेबल होगा, then people will read. Wonderful. Lesson plan writing for teaching grammar. Okay. Informal, descriptive and narrative. Sunita is saying, wonderful, Sunita. Informal, conversational. This is very nice way of writing. And I'm not surprised when it is coming from the psychologist and counselor here, Rizwana, right? Informal conversations, a lot of examples, also visuals. Wow. Wow. How powerful it is. See how many things are ready with you, Rizwana, right now. Isn't it? In 30 seconds, you are able to even get all these things. So powerful it is. Great. So now your topic is ready. Then your objective of writing is ready. Now your style of writing is also ready. Yes, everyone. Now very important, we are going to decide the wonderful, Rizwana. That's cool. And that is the, what we say, biggest benefit of getting touch with or being around with the like-minded people. Determine the overall book structure. Okay, how it will be. So now, for example, if I have to tell you how I did it in the first thing, it was, I used a chapter name, and the name was very creative. Creative can be, for example, Laila Majnu of Udyog Private Limited. Okay, so these are the titles were used. Another thing is this, so there was a title followed by a sketch. Okay, sketch, that is one drawing, one picture, not too much, but there was a border. Then there was a case. And then there was a action, that is as a I see, what will you do? Right, everyone? So this is the structure of every chapter will come. If this was for the first book, what was the book name? Where to draw the line, right? Now, the second book or the recent book, I will suggest how I did it. I use the chapters. Chapter was there, chapter title, followed by, please spelling mistakes ignore kijiye. Second is there was a quote on diversity and inclusion. Quotes, different quotes I have used, right? Followed by the meaning of the topic. I mean, suppose it is unconscious bias, it is inclusive language, it is, so we have given meaning, right? And that is all we have done, very simple way of this chapter scheme. Are you getting my point, everyone? This is called a book structure. So all the chapters will have in this way. And you can come up with the way you want. So title, maybe a quote, and then the structure comes. And structure is also, you can also have a chapter scheme. One story, then reflective activity, then followed by debriefing, maybe something like this. Or there can be one case, like for example, if Lydia want to write on, emotional intelligence, right? I will say buy Daniel Goleman's book and follow the structure blindly. Shamelessly copy the structure. Are you getting my point? Like for example, there was one book, first book I wanted to write, but which never happened. That was, I read one book of top 10 entrepreneurs of India. Okay. So it was a good big book. I liked the structure. What was the structure? The author went to 10 different, entrepreneurs, right? Wrote their quote in the big square, that what is the biggest lesson this entrepreneur has given, his or her success story completely, right? Followed by top 5 questions. Top 5 questions this author asked to these entrepreneurs, like this. I also thought, why not to do it for top 10 HR professionals in India? In the similar way. But you know what is the biggest challenge I faced? My challenge was these 10 HR professionals were not coming to me. They were not responding to my mails. And then I said, Aparna, you will not do, you want to become an author. Your performance cannot depend on someone else's performance. Use your own data, use your own stories, so that you're not depending on someone else. Yes or no? If you want to, but now tomorrow when I go to any HR professional and say, hello, I have published 10 books in these areas, and now I want to know what are the diversity and inclusion initiatives you have taken in your company. Do you think now they will tell me? Now they will tell. Because these professionals also want to see your credibility as an author. Yes. So its structure is ready to everyone. Let me know. Right? Then you define main theme, group related themes or a topic, outline the content for each chapter, create a chapter list, sequence the order, and consider the chapter and introduction and conclusion. If you look at it, I have written this at end. सब गाड़ी यहाँ से शुरू करना चाहते हैं, नहीं होगा ये. First write a movie, you will be able to make a trailer better. You cannot make a trailer first and then show the movie, right? It is not possible. Huh? Right? So please do this last. Your introduction, to whom you want to thank, everything you can do it later. And it is a very emotional moment also, because that is where your journey starts, that book journey start ending, So that's how it is. So that you will do it later. But I have a chapter scheme first. I will tell you why chapter scheme is first. When your chapter scheme is ready, so you know what are the things there ahead. So you are not wasting your time in abhi aage kya likhna hai, what I'm supposed to write, what will I do? Nahin. So when I decided I will be writing maybe 10 case studies of POSH, what are the case studies I will be writing, that was ready. I did not get into the title. But I said, okay, this is one, wo email wali case study, then this is 2, right? That lift wala case study, then this is 3. So all my 10 case studies were ready in the mind and on the paper. Is everyone clear on this? Let me know. When your chapter scheme is ready, you will go in fast forward mode. Structure is ready. So mujhe pata hai now how am I going to write? I'm going to write a case. I'm going to write, what is the IC will be doing. I'm going to write this, and that is done. So every time I don't have to get into structure. I don't have to get into everything. अच्छा ये chapter लिख दिया, अब अगला chapter मैं क्या लिखूं? नहीं. First keep the chapter scheme ready. Believe me, in my experience, I was looking forward when this chapter will get over and I will get into second one. When I will do third, because that excitement was there. And clarity of thoughts. I still recall, there is one person, I have also mentioned her name, Adiba, with me. When I started my first journey, it was a small office there that time. So my husband was also not there. He was on tour. So bolte kya kare? Chalo chai peete hain. So, when we had a drive, she was then saying, and I was also thinking ki book likhna. And she was also more on a right-brainer, writer kind of a person. So घर गए, चाय बनाई, भेल बनाई. चाय और भेल खत्म होते होते हमारी चैप्टर स्कीम भी बन चुकी थी. It is possible. It is quite possible. Only thing, don't look for the perfection. What will slow down your process is a perfection. Now I'm going to tell you very important thing. Okay. Would you like to just take 1 minute and think about the structure of your chapters? Structure, story, reflective activity. I'm still giving you 1 minute time. What I feel, just give a thought for this, that how the structure of the chapters will be. Okay. Give a time to yourself, and your time starts now. Yes, so the time is up. Let me know if you are getting a clarity on how are you going to go about it. Structure. Very good. Storytelling, actual cases and their results so that people can tally with their problems to resolve. Amazing. Wonderful. Wonderful. So Rakhi, you are maybe 2023, you will come up with your book. I'm sure about it. The kind of clarity you are getting. Anyone else would like to write in this? Rizwana? Venu has already written chapter-wise related matters and stories. Yes. Absolutely great. This may take a little time. Don't worry about it. This may take little time, but your chapters should be ready. And suppose in the same area, if you have read a particular book, I will suggest actually take the structure from there. Only thing is this, you should know your creative writing and all. Suppose if you're writing in a description mode, you can write in a description mode also. Okay. How many of you are now excited to know about the execution? Practical approach, very good, Urvashri. Let me see this with example cases so that it's more easy to understand. Come up with feel, felt, found theory. Wow, with actual cases. Wow, I think I like these wordings. Wonderful. Now let me take you to some, okay, let me wait. Title, visuals, quote. After every chapter, visuals and main message, intro, pre-assessment. Very good, workable sheets. Just see how many things have come out. How powerful is this? Very good. Wonderful, Rizwana. Wonderful. Now let me take you through how you want to execute your things. Okay. There are certain questions you need to ask to yourself. How many pages you want to write? 150, 200. So put that number. Everyone put that number. In your own diaries, in chat box, put your number. It can be any pages. So for example, Preetu is saying title, experience, approach. Amazing. 200, 300 pages. Okay. 60, absolutely great. 285, how magical number is that? Okay. Just put the number, right? So now if that is there, I think that is fine. Rizwana, not more, but you are talking about workbook, worksheets also. So that will take a lot of pages. Swaranjali is saying 180. Okay. So 180, how many chapters you would like to write in that? Suppose if you say, I want to write 10 chapters. Very good. 10 chapters, right? So each chapter will be of how many pages? This is only for your calculation, whatever number of pages you have given. Very good. 18, right? In these 18 pages, how many words should be there? That you have to check. Okay. 23, Rakhi is saying, right? Take a call that, so it cannot be always 18 or 23 or something like that, okay? This may go here and there, but aapka broad picture should be ready with you. Huh? Then per chapter, how many words should be there in every chapter? Okay? And now you need to come up with per chapter, how many days you will take. For example, will you take 8 days for one chapter? Or you may take 10 days for one chapter. That you have to decide. Now, I'm giving you one powerful thing here. Okay? You can write. Preetu, go ahead. Write everyone. 10 days in one chapter. Very good. Very good. Right? Wonderful. Now I'm giving you very important one technique. What will you give me if I share this with you? My team always responds in only one way. 150 rupees dega. Book free. Oh my God. Free? At the time of launch, I'm going to be there, Venu. Right? Yes, absolutely. So I wrote all the chapters on my morning walk. Can you beat this? While walking. Now, how did I do that? So all the chapters were in my Google Docs. So whenever I'm going, I knew what is it the case I'm writing, what is the story I'm writing, right? So what I used to do, that I used to use voice to text. Voice to text. So whatever I'm writing, whatever thoughts I'm getting, I'm just, I mean, my other people used to always say, what tech savvy these people are. मॉर्निंग में भी फोन नहीं छोड़ सकते, लेकिन उनको नहीं पता था कि मैं क्या कर रही थी. So I was like walking and talking, because I don't want to get into grammar, I don't want to get into perfection. I want to put first of all my thoughts in place. Now, how it was possible? Because my structure was ready. I have to write this case, maybe Laila Majnu case, maybe this Anjali's case, maybe Priya's case. I have to, so it was there in mind. So what I was doing when I was walking, I was talking, and that was getting converted into the text. Right, everyone? Believe me, use your own way. If you are from my generation, or it's not about generation, it is about your comfort. Many of us just can't go and write it in word. नहीं होता. अभी भी कोई लोगों को पेन और पेपर लगता है. Take it. Think it is very important is use your own way of writing. Absolutely. Right? So write. Don't look at English. Don't look at perfection. Just write. Sorry to say, vomit your thoughts. बाद में perfection देखें. But first is just write. Oh my God, thesis writing on this paper first is so tough. But yes, right? That is your way of writing. Some people will have text, voice to text. It really works very effectively. Okay, then you sit on that chapter, then you start looking at it, edit it. Okay, look at basic editing, everyone. I'm not saying do that great. Now I will tell you some more steps. That is, I told you about voice to text. Use that if possible. Then use Grammarly. Free version also gives you really great insights. Grammarly works effectively. And suppose they charge you 5,000 rupees per year, give. It is wonderful, right? And paper rater, if you're writing your original stories, you will not need this. But paper rater is a very free app for checking your plagiarism. Okay. So for example, in certain cases, you must have given some kind of references. Okay, so around 23 to 24% of plagiarism is okay. क्योंकि इतना original content नहीं हो सकता कभी भी, है ना? So that is okay. Only thing is this, maintain the Excel of references. From where have you taken, where the similarity has come, anything. So paper rater, you can use it very effectively. Have you got the clarity now about the execution? I'm going to share one more Excel sheet with you just now, so that you will get to know how now I have to work with it. Once these things are ready, everyone, now this is what very important. Put it in you can take a drawing paper, you can take a just regular paper, you can do it in Excel, anyway. Write chapter number 1. By, just a minute, someone's mic is on. Okay. First draft, when it will be ready. Editing time, after editing, when it will be ready. After doing editing, review, right? Then if there is any revision, when it will be ready, and final draft of the first chapter, when it will be ready. Put those dates. Now, very important here about who will do editing. As I said, take a help of apps. Also take a help of your family members. Okay. Believe me, give them lot of some, incentives. My son always used to do the first draft editing, and not very emotional and all, but he used to look majorly the grammar, words, if I can do it much better. Okay. I also asked my husband to go through one chapter once. So and believe me, that worked really well. That is one way of doing, if you can do. Second way of doing is there are many people online now, you get you done editing. Okay, they will charge you 5,000-6,000 rupees and they will get it done. Even for example, if you have some groups, there are interns, right? MA with English people, right? This is very important. MA with English people can do this very well. But only one precaution you have to take, that they just look at English. They don't look at the context sometimes. तो कई बार क्या होता है, when they edit, उसका meaning ही change हो जाता है. Okay, so you have to be very particular about it. So, and if you get, like for example, Lydia is going to write in emotional intelligence. If you get MA with English person with, good in the same, who has an interest in same, she can also do it, or he can also do it. Even college-going students do it as their part-time jobs. आप अगर आप LinkedIn पे भी डाल दोगे तो आपको काफी सारे लोग मिल जाएंगे who will do all this. See, Dr. Rochelle is saying, I can help out with editing. See, you ask for it and you get a help there. So Dr. Rochelle, you can share your number with everyone here, or email ID. Don't give your number on public forum. Give your email ID. So everyone can take down if you want, if someone wants, they can use it. Wow. So his email ID is there. You can reach him out, right? And he can help you out. So if you have this template, if you want, you can all take the picture of this template. It will be helpful because the write-up I'm giving in that, this may not be there. So you can write this. Okay. Understand, this will go a little here and there. It's okay. Don't be so harsh on yourself. But at least your timeline should be clear to you. That, okay, this is how it is going to be. And maybe in the month of October, my draft and everything will be ready. Then we will, towards the end, we will start looking at the publisher and publishing houses and everything. Okay. However, there are some publishing houses are there. They also edit your book and do everything. But my experience with editor is worst.
Very bad.
Very bad, I'm telling you. And
they
that
only
is
take money.
absolutely, they make you cry because it's your dream. And, you have to beg for everything. My experience was bad. And that is where Amazon came like a god to so many publishers, right? If possible, I will share that maybe after 2 weeks, one more thing, that how you can publish, self-publishing can also be done in, very quickly like this, which will give you a lot of idea. Okay? So I hope now it is 11:50.
I'm doing my self-publishing.
Yeah, that is important because see, our objective is not to show, our objective is most of the time trainers and coaches is like, having the credibility in the market. Yes or no? Like for example, if I'm applying for the POSH training in the companies, or maybe I want to become external IC members, and if they get to see, okay, she has written already 3 books, she has written 35 articles in this. This is called a thought leadership, everyone. And that gives you a lot of credibility. Revenue नहीं मिलता, financials कुछ नहीं मिलता, but मैं तो बोलती हूँ उसी से, मतलब बुक से रेवेन्यू नहीं मिलेगा, लेकिन बुक की वजह से बिजनेस जरूर मिलेगा. You will get a business because of the books, right? And hence it is very important for you to write. And in this process, you became really knowledgeable person in that world. Because, I don't know how many people have read that book, but very important, I have written, I have edited, I have done so many things. So who will be the most knowledgeable person about that book is you. So that's the reason you get that expert status because of publishing the books. Okay. So I hope you have got a lot of insights. Now, from my side, it is done. If you have any questions, let me take a few questions here. Okay. Yes, Shaitak, please go ahead. You have raised the hand.
Shekhar?
Go ahead.
Hi, I wanted to check, earlier you said, and I could have missed because I had network issues in between, that, it is okay to, get inspired or indirectly copy some, structure or something.
Yes.
Can you repeat that? So
Yes.
then I'm wondering then, what is the value that can you just elaborate on that point? That was my first question.
Yes. So first, let me address that question.
Sure.
For example, we have some movies, biographies, right? Someone has done it, and then in the similar format, someone has put. See, you are using the structure, you're not using the content.
Sorry. Yes. Yes.
And your value is when you bring that content. Right?
Right.
When you write content which is giving a different context to that topic is different. How are you writing? It's a structure.
Right.
And there are standard structures are also available. Ab thoda time nikalo. If you do some research, you will get to see what are the structures.
Sure.
Right? And that is perfectly all right.
Got it. Just two more quick questions. One is that, are you going to be sharing the recording? Because I'm traveling, as you see. I've not been able to record ki arey kitna, kaun sa wo app hai and all that. So, are you going to share?
Before that, I would like to ask you one question. From where did you get to know about this webinar?
Arey, Aparna ma'am, bhul gayi aap mujhe. I was there with Lydia Das ka batch, and Munmun and everyone.
Absolutely. Okay. So I'm really sorry because there are so many batches.
No, I understand that.
And if you keep your video off, how will I get to know?
No. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So recording will be available. Very soon I will update it. And I will be also giving you a small PDF of whatever PPTs I did. So I will share it in respective groups. So we will do.
Ek final question hai on this Amazon self-publishing. If you see the number of books which have been published ever since Amazon self-publishing is available, and there is no, cost to it, bahut sari books aati hai. Have you, do you have insights on how to get it published by maybe not a renowned publisher, a small publisher, because it is like home production versus koi aur paisa lega raha hai.
We have a lot of publishers also. However, as I said, they charge you around 1 lakh, 150 or something like that. And they will do editing, publishing, everything. They will do that. But getting things done from them for the first time was very tough. They said, we will give you a lot of publicity and all these things. And I was like shattered. My experience with those people were so bad. Then I said, as it is, I'm not publishing for, publishing house is not important for me. What is important is publishing is important for me. So that's the reason I opted for the self-publication.
Right.
But if you're writing an academic book, right? And if there is a Sage publication, it makes a difference.
Sure.
So we have to select, and all other things are right. Who is publishing, who is not publishing, doesn't matter. Okay. But then you have to take a call on that.
Right.
There are people who will do end-to-end also, but only thing is this, they should not trouble you. After giving so much money, if they are troubling you, you will not go for it.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Well, any other question anyone has? Okay. So my objective was to give you your first topic, to give you the objective and the structure. How many of you have got it? Just let me know in the chat box. How many think that, yes, I have got it? Please let me know in the chat box. Let me know it. Yeah, great. Very nice. Okay. Amazing, Pritu. Wonderful. Ah, Shalini. Very nice. Great, Urvashri. Right? I think that's wonderful to know. If from this session, if I get 2 books also published, and if your dream of becoming author gets fulfilled, what else we want? Isn't it? That's wonderful, Suman, to know, right? That's great. So don't think too much. I will still say again to all of you, write a book. Don't write a bestseller. Okay, that will be one message I would like to give it to you. Thank you so much, everyone. If you want any other training sessions or not training, experience sharing, anything, do let me know on my personal WhatsApp anywhere, so that we can keep arranging sessions for you and we can keep sharing knowledge. Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks a ton, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you, Aparna.
Thank you, Munmun. Thanks a ton. Thank you.
Thanks, Aparna, for the another session. And I'll be waiting for publication session as well.
Sure, I will do that. I will do publication also. I have a lot of plans in chota help, for example, how to make videos. It can be how to come up with my online training session, digital training, how can I record my training? So these are the topics many trainers are asking. And whatever I've learned from my own experience, I thought, let's help our own participants so that it will be helpful. Okay?
I had already learned during first training. In post training, besides post training, I had learned a lot, like whiteboard and etc. I had learned first time from yourself.
Wonderful. That's nice. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank
All the best. May God bless you and you become author as early as possible. No problem, Sheila. I'm going to upload it on my YouTube channel. You will get to see that. Thank you,
I'm
Mandir.
looking forward for it, Aparna. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sheila. Thanks, Ita.
Have a
Bye-bye.
good day. Bye.
Thank you.